Good morning, folks. WooFDriver coming at you. Here inside the WooFDriver cave right now. I'll give you a quick look around. This is where all the camera equipment can be found. Sometimes a dog floating in and out, that's Princess. And the medicine cabinet where we keep all the dog's meds. And the treat jar. And that's what I'm getting ready to do right now. I've already done this, but notice I took out half a treat. And that goes up there. Keep different size treats for different purposes. I'm just using a Mother Hubbard treat. Probably not the healthiest one, but something reliable that I know is the dogs like and it's good. Watch Princess. Did you see her? She just climbed the steps. That's one thing I was trying to show you. And then she goes up here to get her meds. Now, this is like a balance beam, if you will. And it's really nice. Excuse me while I shut this, because we're getting a lot of noise in there. It's really nice because it challenges her. And if you tune in before, you've heard me say that what I'm going to say. But for those of you that haven't, or sometimes I say it a little differently, you might get something else from it. She's over 15 years old. So it doesn't mean as a dog gets older, they can't exercise. In fact, they need to exercise. They need mobility because as they age, they get health-related ailments such as arthritis, etc. And Princess is no different. She has those ailments. Luckily, she's still in good shape where she can do a lot of this stuff because I keep her moving. That's the key to it. And because of her arthritis, once she lays down, it's hard to get up. So that's why when you keep them moving, she knows that. So the more mobility she gets when we're out in the field, she doesn't like to lay down. Come on, good girl. Come on. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn her around and I'm going to bring her to me. Good girl. And I'm going to put on this special harness. Now, this harness, you might have seen me ride the motorcycle yesterday with Zorro. This is the same harness, and she's not going on the motorcycle today, but it's the same one we use because it works with a seat system I have that keeps her secure when we're on the bike so she can rest when she needs to rest. And obviously, she's not going to run the full distance that her younger brothers run, but it enables her to still get some exercise in. So I'm just reaching under her belly now and trying to feel for the strap. And there it is. Stay good, girl. She wants to go. So this specialized harness is actually handcrafted, and it's all leather, so it's very durable. And it's made for the dog size, etc. Each one is handcrafted, though. It's done locally here in Maryland, and it's made for the seat that I've been telling you about. And it's got a lot of adjustment on it. We usually don't need to adjust it because it's set for her once you do your first adjustment. And each dog has their own harnesses, but these motorcycle harnesses they share because they're similar in size. And quite frankly, they're expensive. They don't use them all the time, but it does come in handy, like I said, because the same seat rides on the bike. Now, I'm taking off an invisible fence collar. And I'm a big proponent of the invisible fence. Gives your dogs a lot of freedom without the expense of a full physical barrier that a lot of times huskies can dig out of or climb over. Invisible fence is pretty much foolproof if the dog's trained right and if you keep up on the batteries and the maintenance of it, which isn't a lot to do, but it does take some work. This is called a Link AKC collar, kind of like a Fitbit for dogs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to guide her. She can do this herself, but if she does it herself, she's not going to go into the truck. She's going to climb down. Come on, good girl. Come on, good girl. She's going to climb down the balance beam that I call it, and then the steps. And that's the other dogs. They hear me. They want to go. Now, I have different yards separated differently for this purpose of training and working with different dogs at different times and quite frankly, getting them along together in certain situations. She's going to climb up on the steps now. Come on, pretty girl. Come on. She's interested in looking what the dogs are barking about. Good girl. Now, she climbed up on the steps with a little bit of help, but that harness has a built-in handle, which takes a little weight off her as she goes in the back. You can see she's got her own water bowl, her own fan, and she's got her own little compartment that she can pace as she likes to do because she likes to stay mobile. There's the boys howling. They're ready to roll. And I'm going to show you them in one sec. I put the barrier there. Princess will sometimes get between the crack where the seat is and her back row and nip at the boys as they jump up. She does that because she's territorial, she's dominant, she wants to say it's her area. And the pillow prevents that. It's not my first time doing this, as you see. Okay, Jimmy. So the boys are separate usually in the morning. They're most excited. So Jag, Chase, and Zorro. Come on, good boys. Here comes Zorro and Chase. How cute is that? Come on, Chase. Good boy, Zorro. Zorro goes right up in there. Chase wants to go around the other way. Jag. Good boys. Come on, Jag. Now, Jag likes to mark the area. Come on, Jag. Good boy. I want to show you this. Come on. Jag. Here. Jag. Oh, he doesn't want to do it. He'll get up and mark Princess's bed. Not pee on it usually, but just roll around in it. It's kind of funny. Come on, good boy. He's just so excited. He doesn't usually get access to the front yard. Only certain days we do. Come on. Come on, good boy. Try. Good boy. Good boy. So having multiple yards or a yard divided, good boy, into different sections really makes it easy with multiple dogs because depending on the mood, sometimes the dogs are spats. We prevent that as much as possible. But in the event they do, I can separate them out accordingly, as well as certain dogs are getting together, getting along better with others, all that kind of stuff. And if I'm training, I can isolate dogs to different yards. I use the invisible fence all around the house, but the other dogs, Zorro, Chase, and Jag, are not wearing invisible fence collars unless I put them on because they're usually in the back where there's a physical barrier, which actually for them works perfectly. Most Huskies, it doesn't, just because the amount of exercise they get in. They don't want to roam. They don't want to leave their yard. It's amazing. It's a 5-foot fence. I would not recommend anything less than a 9-foot fence with a Husky, and concrete or some kind of barrier underneath, dug out, so they can't dig under that. So we're in the truck now. We're getting ready to roll out on a WooFDriver adventure. Truck's loaded up. Dogs are in. I have to put Princess's meds together, and then we go. If you got any questions or comments, I'll try to do a broadcast from inside the truck when I have more time to talk. Go ahead and leave your questions or comments in the Facebook comments area, and I'll try to address them accordingly. Look at Jag, just making sure. He's sniffing for any crumbs that his seat buddy, Jim, might have dropped down there. Come on, Jag. Good boy. I just didn't want him sniffing if he doesn't need to. You're all good boy. Oh, look at this. Jag's coming up on top to see us. You're a good boy. So I'll see you soon from the trail. We going to Manassas today, Chris?
Near there.
We're going near Manassas, Virginia. Stay tuned for that broadcast as long as we have signal. It's a pretty populated area, so we should. And we'll get another WooFDriver adventure live to you. WooFDriver signing off. See you soon, folks. Thanks for tuning in.